students, welcome to the study portal. Today we will be discussing about vitamins. So today's learning objectives are we will be discussing history, classifications and types of vitamins in today's class. So first question is what is vitamin? So vitamins are organic compounds which is required in a very small amount and very essential to support the growth of any individual. It is essential for normal growth, metabolism and overall health. But what happens, like I have told you that it is an organic compound, so it will be obtained from some living organisms. So these are the nutrients that do not provide energy to our body but aid in energy yielding process, means they helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates and somewhere it helps to absorb the energy from the food. It is classified on the basis of solubility in two types. First one is water soluble vitamin and second one is the fat soluble vitamins. Now talking about the history, how the discovery of vitamins took place. So the term vitamin A, why it is supposed to be given vitamin A? Because they thought that some of the amines are present in this vitamin A. That's why they initially put the name vitamin A, and later on when it is discovered that vitamins don't consist any of the amine group, at that time E is dropped by the name and the name that is we are knowing right now is vitamin. And discovery is linked to the deficiency diseases like scurvy and beriberi. As I told that there was a era in which the cases of scurvy and beriberi are more prominent. That's why this discovery took place, and major breakthroughs of these diseases were between 1910 to 1910 to 1915, and meanwhile the studies of vitamins took place. Meanwhile the study of vitamins takes place. And now the classification is based on the solubility. So the first type of vitamin is fat soluble vitamins, which are distinguished in main four parts, like vitamin A, D, E, K are covered in fat soluble vitamins, and second main type is water soluble vitamins that consist B complex and C. So these are the two types of vitamins, and it is based on their solubility because of the vitamins which are A, D, E, K are more soluble in fats, whereas the B complex and C vitamins are soluble in water. Now, understanding the classification on further level. Like you can see in this picture, vitamins are divided in two parts. First one is water soluble and second one is the fat soluble vitamins. In the water soluble, you can see first type is vitamin C, that is also known as ascorbic acid, and second one is the B complex. B complex is further divided in three parts. First one is energy releasing, that consists all the vitamin D, additionally biotin and pantothenic acid is there. In the second category, hematopoietic, that is consisting folic acid and vitamin B12. In the third category, pyridoxine, pyridoxal and pyridoxamine are considered. Now coming to the second type, that is fat soluble vitamins. So vitamin A is also known as retinol, beta carotenoids, and vitamin D is also known as calciferol. Vitamin K, there is another name that is present, quinoquinons, phyloquinons, and vitamin E is also known as tocopherols. So these are the bifurcations of these two vitamins. So the first type we will be discussing is fat soluble vitamins. As the fat is consisting, the name is containing fat, so it is stored in liver and fatty tissues. and it is absorbed with the dietary fat in the intestine. So whenever anyone is taking any of the vitamins, that is from A, D, E, K, it is suggested that you should have some of the fats with it. Simultaneously, it can accumulate in our body because these are stored in fat. So the abundance of these vitamins can make a risk of toxicity. Now coming to the vitamin A, that is also known as retinol. So the function of vitamin A is it supports in vision and it also supports in the strong immunity of our body. Plus reproduction part is played by this vitamin. And the sources that is commonly known as liver from the non-vegetarian food, dietary like dairy foods, eggs, orange vegetables like carrots, somewhere amla is also helping to increase the vitamin A in our body. And if someone or any individual is going through the deficiency of vitamin A, in that condition person can lead to night blindness and dry skin can be observed on the individual, and toxicity can lead to liver damage and blurred vision. In this picture you can see the different foods from which vitamin A can be obtained, like sweet potatoes, carrots, tuna, butternut squash, spinach, cantaloupe, lettuce, red bell peppers, pink grapefruit and broccoli is a main source, and these food products are containing high amount of vitamin A. Now talking about the second vitamin, that is vitamin D, also known as calciferol. Here you can see the different sources from which we can obtain it, like egg yolk, fruits, beef liver. Now coming to the function. So the function of vitamin D is it supports the calcium absorption. If we are taking calcium from diet, then it will be helping in the absorption process, plus it supports the bone health. Now I have told you the sources, but overall we can also say that we can take the vitamin D from sunlight and fortified milk and fatty fishes. Deficiency can lead to rickets in children and osteomalgia in adults. Now talking about rickets. So rickets is a condition in which there is soft bone in children. Usually it is found in children. So it is a condition when bones are becoming soft, and it is also a cause of, like, we can see the delayed development if the child is vitamin D deficient. And whereas the osteomalgia is the same type of rickets, means it is also related to the bones, but it starts when the bone is fully developed. So in that condition we can say that some of the fragile, like there is tendency of breaking bones are high, means bones are fragile. Now toxicity can lead to hypercalcemia and kidney damage in the body. Now third vitamin is tocopherol. As you can see in this picture, there are different types of sources of vitamin E is present, like pomegranate, sunflower, avocado, nuts, kiwi, olive oils, spinach and mangoes. Now the functions, what are the different functions that are played by this vitamin? So it plays the role of antioxidants, means it is going to balance the free radicals in our body, plus it protects the cell membrane. Sources are morely, we can focus on vegetable oils, nuts, green vegetable, that is green leafy vegetable more. Deficiency can lead to nerve damage and muscle weakness in the body. Plus toxicity is rare, but it can affect the blood clotting. Now the next vitamin is vitamin K. So vitamin K plays a major role in the function of body clotting. Means, for an instance, if any individual is injured, so it will be helping in the blood clotting during this process, plus it also helps in the bone metabolism. Means it will help in the removal of old calcium from the bone and it will add up to the new calcium tissues, like it will helping in the rebuilding of the bone. Sources are morely focused on leafy green vegetables, broccoli, liver, kiwi and blueberries. Deficiencies can lead to bleeding disorders, means if anyone is getting to any of the accident, it can lead to excessive bleeding during the incidents. Now, talking about the toxicity. Toxicity is very rare but possible with supplements. If we are taking the supplements and we are not monitoring it in a great way, in that condition it can lead to toxicity. So we have covered all the types of fat soluble vitamins. Now this is the second type, that is water soluble vitamins. So water soluble vitamins, that it is soluble in the water, so it is not stored in our body in a large amount. There is a very less tendency of storage, so it is required to take in diet on regular basis to maintain the approximate amount that is needed by body. Now, excess excreted in urines. If suppose if we are taking the number of vitamins, that is water soluble vitamins in abundance, so it will be excreted ultimately in the urine and there is a very low risk of toxicity because to the water solubility. Now it only consists, like it includes B complex and vitamin C, important for energy metabolism and enzyme functions. So these two vitamins are mainly contributing in the metabolism of energy and the enzyme functions. So the first vitamin, that is also known as thiamine, that is vitamin B1, majorly supports in the energy metabolism and also plays a very great role in nerve functions. So, sources are mainly focused on whole grains, pork and legumes. Deficiencies can lead to very Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. So, these are the 2 and 3 diseases that can lead to deficiency. Like if any individual is having the deficiency of vitamin B1, then there are chances of getting exposed to these diseases. Okay. So now talking about the next vitamin, that is vitamin B2, that is riboflavin. So the function of this vitamin is it plays a role of coenzyme in redox reactions. And the dietary sources are dairy products, dairy things like milk and milk products, eggs, green leafy vegetables, and the deficiencies can lead to cracked lips, sore throat and leucistis. So this is all about vitamin B12. Now moving further, vitamin B3, that is also known as niacin. So the function of this vitamin B3 is metabolism and DNA repairment. Sources are mainly focused on meat, fish, peanuts and whole grain. Here you can see in this picture that vitamin B3 are present in many of the food like chicken, corn, peanuts, barley, fennel, brown rice, parsley, cantaloupe, carrots, asparagus, soy sauce, broccoli, summer squash, eggplant, chili peppers and salmon. So there are multiple foods which are rich in vitamin B3. Now talking about the deficiency. So the deficiencies can lead to many of the disorders like pellagra, diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia, and some of the conditions it can lead to that also. Now the next vitamins are vitamin B6, B9 and B12. So the first vitamin that is from this slide is B6 pyridoxine. It helps in the brain development and immune function. Vitamin B9, that is also known as folate. So it helps in the DNA synthesis and helps in the formation of red bloods in the body. Vitamin B12 mainly contribute in the nerve function, RBC production, and also known as cobalamin. So these are the types of vitamins and their roles. Now talking about the sources. So vitamins B6 is mainly present in banana, poultry, and vitamin B9 is present in leafy green vegetables, and vitamin B12 can be obtained majorly from the animal sources, whether it is from dairy product or from the non-veg food. Like you can see in this picture that there are multiple sources of vitamin B is present, like soy milk, seed nuts we can eat, meat sources we can uh, add in our diet, chicken, cheese, eggs and fishes can be added. So morely it is focused on dairy products or the non-vegetarian things. Now talking about vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid. And there are multiple functions that is played by this vitamin. Suppose, let me just count down every of the function of this vitamin C. So it supports in the immune system. Second one, it also helps in the collagen synthesis in our body. It supports the immunity of our body. Plus it also helps in the absorption of iron in our body. So these are the multiple things and functions that are played by vitamin C. So the sources are morely focused on citrus fruits, whether it is kiwi, pineapple, somewhere tomato, broccoli, avla, and any of the citrus fruits. It can be mousami, oranges, etc. Now talking about the deficiency. So the deficiency of vitamin C is linked to scurvy. If any of the individual is lacking the vitamin C, it can lead to scurvy. Bleeding gums can be seen in multiple cases, fatigue and joint pain. And toxicity may cause GI discomfort and kidney stones in high doses. Like if we are taking if we are taking the vitamin C in abundance, then it can also cause the kidney stones in our body. So if we talk about the requirement and the abundance, so requirement is a basic thing, but if any of the individual is taking the abundance, like vitamins in abundance, so it can also lead to toxicity. So it must be checked through regular routine checkups, and supplements should be taken by after consulting to the doctors, so that every function and every activity of the body can be monitored, and if supplements are required, it can be given on the necessity of the body. So it is all about today's class. Thank you.